The Jackson Foundation is proud to present Tennessee's Wild Side, created by the Foundation 2 decades ago to educate viewers about wildlife, natural resources, and opportunities for outdoor adventure, with support from the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, promoting wise uses of Tennessee's agricultural and forest resources to develop economic opportunities and ensure safe and dependable food, fuel, and fiber for all citizens. And from Tennessee State Parks, where you can camp by the riverside, retreat to the mountains, and escape the busyness of life. From Memphis to Kingsport, you'll find the perfect adventure in Tennessee State Parks.
Hi friends, welcome to The Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. Creative writers sometimes call on the attributes of animals to describe the characteristics of people. You've heard the many overused expressions like heart of a lion, proud as a peacock, sly like a fox. Well, we recently met a very interesting woman in Clarksville, Tennessee, who says she sees strong similarities in her life and the lives of the dozens of hummingbirds that pass through her backyard every year. They remind her of her childhood and how she got through it.
You can stand next to a feeder and they come right close to the feeder to you. If you hold real still. Hear that? Mm-hmm. Don't talk too loud. Mm-hmm. Now some of them twitter, some of them are silent, but they all buzz.
Marie Martin's relationship with hummingbirds didn't really start until she came to America.
In Germany and in all of Europe, there are no hummingbirds.
It wasn't the hummingbirds, but the need to help care for her grandchildren that actually brought her here.
She's always been here. Both of my parents were in the military, so she was always around when one of them was gone, helping out. And, you know, with the hummingbirds, what you're seeing now is obviously just an accumulation of years of her work, so it's cool for you to be here after everything that's been done.
If you tell me not to do something, you can depend on I figure out how to do it. I had one feeder, that little bitty old feeder that's around that corner down there. And then I bought one more, and then I had 3, and then my son-in-law started debating that I was overdoing it. And so instead of arguing with him, I bought myself 2 more. And then 2 more, and then 2 more, and then I ordered 10. And so now I have 30.
Avian experts have banded more than 140 hummingbirds here and believe there could be as many as 200 frequenting the feeders. A multi-tiered stand has been named in honor of a neighbor.
In those days, I could never afford that tree. It's a metal tree. It's one of those pool trees that you put next to your pool to hang your towels and swimming suits on. So she gave me that tree, and I call it the Jenny tree. But I hung hummingbird feeders on it.
Her grandson, Marty, refers to this backyard sanctuary as the Eden that Marie built.
Over time, I think it's helped her more as much as she's helped the birds. She doesn't necessarily talk about her time in Germany always fondly, and I like to think that this is the Eden that she built, and so she can really enjoy this time back here. And she has something that's important and purposeful for her to do. And to me, that's the most important thing. And there's never been a summer where it hasn't looked like this. And that's all for her. So I'm really thankful that she has this and that we have this together.
They can do things that a human can't. They are so strong, they're so tiny, they're so delicate, they're so fragile, and they are so tough. I guess if you're born in '39 and you lived through the war and you hid from the Nazis, maybe as a little girl you get tough too. Maybe that's why I like them so much, because they're survivors. That is my sister, holding me, sitting on the doorstep to my grandmother's house. This was after the war, and I have no idea how old I am. I think it was after the war. I have no idea. I can't remember that far back. That's my grandmother. That was one tough lady. I don't know all the time elapsed and everything in between. I just know we made it.
Marie's parents were taken as prisoners to separate concentration camps, so it was her grandmother who raised her.
She always wore a black coat. And my grandmother walked us all over from place to place. And we lived in the certain place for a while, and then we went to somebody else's house. I mean, people hid people like that, you know, and a grandmother always said, the best place to hide is in the open. I miss her.
I've grown to appreciate it more as I've gotten older. You know, being Jewish and coming from there, coming over from Germany, is not something that we really talked about in school a lot. And to hear her stories makes it all the more real. I mean, it's definitely interesting coming to learn more as you get older about the Holocaust and how it impacted your family. You know, I'm proud that both of my parents are in the military, so they're doing what they can now, but it just makes you wish that you could go back and make a difference.
All right, here we go. We need to have a little bit more food. This is not acceptable.
Okay.
Marty can't go back, so he wants to go forward. You might say he has become Marie's apprentice, the one she hopes will take care of the hummingbirds when she's gone.
Well, I wish he would, because he's the only one of the whole family that would be interested in it. He would be the one that would, I would think, would qualify.
I would say, you know, it's not an inherent love for the hummingbirds. I obviously love them, and this is amazing, and it's something that really special that we have, but it's really more special because it's something that I get to do with her. It's one of the only things that we can really do together and share, so that's probably why it's the most special to me.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to rotate these two feeders with some of those with less food in them. All right. Now what we're going to do, this one doesn't have a whole lot in it. Okay, little bird, I'm working on it.
And when the feeders are full, as part of her daily routine, Marie relaxes alongside a loving dog, with hummingbirds buzzing around the porch and Pavarotti serenading them.
Right now they're getting ready to fly away. They're going to leave us. And I'm the one that is the anxious one come next spring. Oh, the hummers aren't here yet. The hummers aren't here yet. Until I see that first hummer, then it's okay.
Tennessee's Wildside has been a presentation of the Jackson Foundation, educating viewers about wildlife, natural resources, and opportunities for outdoor adventure, with support from the Tennessee Department of Agriculture, promoting wise uses of Tennessee's agricultural and forest resources to develop economic opportunities and ensure safe and dependable food, fuel, and fiber for all citizens. And from Tennessee State Parks, where you can camp by the riverside, retreat to the mountains, and escape the busyness of life. From Memphis to Kingsport, you'll find the perfect adventure in Tennessee State Parks. Wildside is produced in association with Rockwater TV.